California Cosmetics is the #1 growing aesthetics brand in the nation. We are known all over the world for being leaders in non-surgical enhancements. My husband and I started the empire 6 years ago with no previous book of business. What was the reason for our record-breaking success, you may wonder? Hard work, determination, creativity, and of course, amazing results. When we created this brand, we saw an opportunity to make aesthetics sexy and mainstream. We were confident that we could transform this sterile hush-hush industry and make it sexy and in your face, literally. We're not only on a mission to make enhancements socially acceptable and non-taboo, but mostly we're committed to remaining pioneers in an ever-evolving industry. Oh, and sharing all of the inside deets with you, our viewers. Welcome to Champagne and Caviar. I'm so excited. This is a really special episode for me, you guys, because I have my best friend, Dr. B, aka my husband, in the house today, and we are talking about something that is so important in your overall look, especially because it's the most predominant feature on your face. It's in the center of your face, and it can make or break you, literally. It's the nose. Okay, so before we get into it today, I definitely have to give credit to this beautiful presentation that I have prepared for my lovely husband. We have the delicious Marshallberg Farms caviar, which is one of the only Osetra Russian caviars that is even available. Like, they produce this from a single fish and a single surgeon, and it is the most pure caviar that you can basically have. And I have paired it with my vintage bottle, 2008 bottle of Cristal. So, you are having champagne today because you're not, but I'm definitely going to drink the whole bottle.
I'm still on clinical duty.
And this should be interesting because we all know when you get champagne in your system, you get a little spicy.
That's what I'm hoping for.
So I think my first question is a question that all of you have as well. And why would someone opt into a non-surgical nose job versus a surgical nose job?
I think the answer there is commitment. When you're entering into a surgical situation, you're committing to a permanent change. And regardless of the outcome, you're stuck with it for life.
True.
Now, with a non-surgical situation, especially with filler, whether you love it or hate it, the results are going to wear off over time. So you're able to look at a change in yourself, which with us is overwhelmingly a positive change. And if you like that change intermittently, you can refresh it over time. But if you ever wanted to return to your original character, you're able to do so.
And like, we always are changing everything. Like, I think I literally like change my hair like every other week.
I like that.
I don't think I can really commit, but I do have to say I have had a surgical nose job. Did you know that?
Of course I knew that.
Just making sure. There's secrets I keep from you, but just want to make sure you knew that about me. This perfect nose wasn't just like from me being born.
So we have a lot of patients that come into the office and they say that there are things about their nose that they don't like and they want to change them, and that they're going to have surgery, and then fast forward 3, 4, 5, 6 years, I check in with them. They still don't like their nose. They still haven't had surgery. There's a little bit of hesitancy, and with a non-surgical nose job with filler, it allows you to bridge the gap with that surgical nose job and enjoy a nicer nose. And one day you get that surgical nose job, if at all. But overall, it's about improving your nose, improving your confidence, and having you feel better about yourself. The nose is a very emotional feature on the face, and when you improve the nose, out of any feature that we improve on the face, people get really emotionally happy about it. So that's why it's my favorite one.
Would you date someone with a big schnoz?
Well, what did your schnoz look like when I first dated you?
Asshole.
Prior to your nose job.
I'm so embarrassed.
I told you didn't need one.
I did.
I thought it would be too risky.
But it's so crazy because looking back, everyone always said I didn't need it, but I feel so much more confident and happy with my new nose. But let's then get into why someone would choose a surgical situation versus a non-surgical, because I feel like that's always like the back and forth. They're like, well, I don't know if I need this or I need that. So it's like, I think even that was for myself, but my characteristics of my nose, I kind of like knew filler wasn't going to help that.
Well, to set the record straight, I thought you had a nice nose when I first met you.
You were blinded.
After you had it done surgically, I thought it looked great. Now, you selected a premier surgeon who has extensive experience in surgical rhinoplasty. You paid a good fee going with that experience. So there are a lot of people out there who they have to budget for that. They have to take the time off work because of the recovery, and it's
but they would have to do all that, and I think that's where non-surgical is like the great like alternative, because it's like a lot of you that have bumps or a crooked bridge or like a downturned tip, like these are all things that can be fixed non-surgically. You don't even have to go under the knife for that kind of stuff. So I think what I'm asking is like the only person that would technically really need to go in for like a surgical rhinoplasty is for like excessive like projection, excessive tip volume. These are things that technically really they can be slightly disguised, but it can't be like slimmed down, you know.
Or if somebody wanted a permanent change, because with a non-surgical filler rhinoplasty, you have to intermittently refresh it over time.
Yeah, totally.
So if you're looking for a permanent change, that's really the only way that you can get it.
All right, you know what? Like this is so fun, like talking so clinical, and you're so doctorish, and that's like really nice and fun. But like I'm more like wanting to have like a wild time on my show. Can we like get a little more like raw?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so you tell me what you think's a desirable nose on a woman. Ready? Go.
Guys don't care. Nose is way down, and there are a lot of other features that are a lot higher for a guy.
Okay, so our viewers and even myself want to know what your most crazy nose experience is thus far, and I'm pretty sure you have a few.
Yeah.
So what comes to the top of your head?
So I have a patient, had 5 surgical rhinoplasties, invested close to $70,000, and from before to after, it was a complete disaster, and she's still coming to see me to help improve the shape of her nose. And luckily we're able to make it look more normal for her. When she walked in, the nose that she most reminded me of was Michael Jackson. R.I.P. I love the guy. God rest his soul.
Okay, I'm going to show you some photos of some people not showing their face, just their noses, and you are going to have to try, don't try to cheat, to pick, not pick, but tell me who this person is. Okay, ready, set, go.
Owen Wilson. Zoolander, one of my favorite movies ever, so that's okay, an easy one for me.
Ready, set, go.
Don't know.
I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie. Who is that?
That's the chick from Dirty Dancing.
Oh, dude, it is. You have to be old to know who this is, so good thing that you're on the episode.
Don't know.
Here, let me zoom out. Maybe you will.
I've had the time of my life. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Wait, what's her name again?
Jennifer Grey.
Oh, Jennifer Grey. Okay, who's this?
MJ.
How did you know? Okay.
Shamon.
Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. I love you.
Don't know. I don't like it though.
Infamous cat lady.
Oh.
Which I actually aspire to be like, not her face, just like the name cat lady. I would love that. Okay, ready?
Kim K.
How did you know? Oh my gosh. But see, this is a modern day nose job. that she had that actually boosted her career. So,
That's pre-nose job.
yeah, it's pre-nose job. So like she had a nose job and it was done tastefully, and she's become the hottest shit around, right? Like,
I don't know if she had a nose job.
I've done polls, and we have voted that she has. Come on, Kim K, we love you no matter what. We're not judging you. Like, if you've had or haven't, it's all good.
I think she's just genetically superior.
Okay, my question is, have you ever done a non-surgical nose on someone who has lost the tip of their nose due to a surgical rhinoplasty?
Absolutely.
Oh.
So the patient I have in mind, she signed a photo consent release, so we'll be able to share her photo.
Of course.
And she had 3 surgical rhinoplasty, and her tip looked like a Michael Jackson nose, and we rebuilt the tip of her nose with filler and created a more natural looking tip.
Wow. Tell me now, who is the ultimate candidate for a non-surgical nose job?
Well, it's almost anyone. Anyone who wants to change the shape of their nose to improve it without surgery, without subjecting themselves to that permanent change, is a candidate. Now, are you able to create the be-all, end-all perfect nose with filler? Newsflash, even with surgery, you're never creating the perfect nose.
Yeah.
Whether it's your original nose, whether it's your post-surgical rhinoplasty nose, the nose is going to continue to change over time. There are a lot of factors that influence that, but it is a very dynamic feature and it continues to change throughout your life.
I think a lot of people are probably wondering, like, okay, you have the master of noses right here, why don't you just do a non-surgical? But I had a very unique situation that is one of the characteristics that you say cannot be changed with a non-surgical option, and that is a bulbous tip. So I'm half Mexican, Latina. I was waking up over time and looking in the mirror and seeing my dad's nose on my face, and as time went on, I was pregnant, all of these different factors, the tip just continued to grow.
I think he's a handsome man.
So I went with the surgical route to narrow the nostrils, narrow the tip, remove that excess cartilage, because like we all know, well, not everybody, but the cartilage on the nose never stops growing, you guys. That's why you see old men with big noses and big ears. So I think we have answered all questions. If you have extra questions, always leave us a comment. We would love to hear what you have to say, your feedback, your questions, anything, because we love you. But before I let you go, I hate letting you go. You're my best friend.
I gotta get out of here.
No, you can't leave me. You can't. I have you locked. I want to give you something special. Nope. Fire, rapid fire. What's it called?
Lightning round.
Lightning round. I want to give you a lightning round. And I want to ask you some questions that you weren't prepared for. Lightning
round is my specialty.
Oh, really? Okay. So what is your favorite feature on a woman and why?
Boobs.
Why?
Because yours are so good.
No, that's not a good answer. I was the first boob job person you ever dated.
Well.
So the boob job sold him. If you want to marry a doctor, just get a boob job.
A doctor from Michigan.
Do not quote me on that. That is not
Michigan girls can't afford boob jobs. Wow, most of them. Sorry.
Really saying, we're friggin' breaking it down right here. Okay, my next question, I can't remember, so I have to look. You kind of fluttered me there. What makes a perfect nose?
The fact that it's on your face.
You are really loving me right now. I'm liking this.
Yeah, look at you.
Okay, so tell me one thing you want to tell your patients.
Regardless of anything, you're perfect the way you are. And regardless of how you look, you should be judged by your character, not your appearance. But appearance does help people feel better about themselves, and we're here to help you.
I love that. Oh my gosh. You really are going to get a kiss. Okay, so my next question is, what do you love about being an injector and medical director of California Cosmetics?
We see a lot of patients every day, every week, that feel like they have these shortcomings about their appearance, and we improve those characteristics for them, and it truly improves the quality of their life.
Totally,
and
I agree with that.
How they approach their relationships, whether it's personal or business, just their level of confidence. And
Totally.
so that is just really great to be a part of.
I could not agree more. Like, if you were not like running California Cosmetics, like what other career would you do?
Like, not a doctor?
You could choose anything. You could be freaking Superman for all I care.
I think I would be a nature documentary filmer for insects. Like,
oh my god,
spiders,
you and
ants.
Parker are little twins.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
An entomologist, basically.
Okay, so that concludes our episode of Champagne and Caviar. I had so much fun, and honestly, I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of something that I'm branching out to do. I really feel it's so necessary to bring this realness, to bring this information to the world. We've already been pioneers of bringing aesthetics to the forefront and making it normalized and making it a part of our everyday conversation. You've just contributed to that, and you're my partner, you are my husband, and I love you. Thank you so much for being on this episode, and I promise that I'll give you some kisses later.
Well, I'm happy to be here. You're the most talented woman I've ever met, and the most gorgeous. So why wouldn't I want to be here?